Hare Krishna to one and all present over here. My humble obeisances to all the senior Vaishnavas watching this. Starting a new journey where I'll be covering all the verses, all the translations, and I'll be paraphrasing the purports of the Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And right now, the whole purpose of this journey that I'm willing to take with you guys is to understand the purpose of human life, why we've been put here in this world, and for how long we're going to stay here. So these three things are going to be covered once we finish reading the entire Bhagavad Gita. And today is the first episode. Let's get started. Let's start. So we'll be starting from chapter 1, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, till chapter 18, the perfection of renunciation. Let's start. Page number 35. Okay. Before we start, let's offer our obeisances to our spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Om Agnanatimirandhasya Jnanan Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtaya Deshatarane. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, let's start with chapter 1, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Text 1. Rashtra vacha dharma kshetre Kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamaka pandava chaiva kim akurvata sanjaya. Now we'll be looking at the translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after assembling in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight? Now we'll be moving on to the purport. I have read the purport, now I'll be sharing with you the paraphrase and what I understood. You can share your views on it later on. In the initial stages of the purport, it is mentioned how an individual should approach the Bhagavad Gita. It says that he or she should scrutinizingly be involved in the study of the Gita, and he or she should take the help of a senior devotee of the Supreme Lord, Lord Shri Krishna. And moving on to what exactly Dhritarashtra said was that the significance of the verse I just recited was Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Now what is the meaning of the word Dharma Kshetre? Dharma Kshetre means it's a place of pilgrimage, right? And what is Kurukshetra? Kurukshetra is the battlefield where the sons of Pandu and the sons of Kuru, the Kauravas, have assembled there for an engagement of war. And what is so significant about this place is the current philosophy that we are learning right now. The place of origin of all this philosophy, it evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And what Dhritarashtra wanted to know from Secretary Sanjaya was, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do after being assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra? And Sanjaya was the disciple of the sage Vyasa, and he has been bestowed with the divine vision to envision the battlefield and what is going on at Kurukshetra, even though they are currently present at Dhritarashtra's room in the kingdom of Hastinapur. And since Dhritarashtra, being the king of Hastinapur, he's not taking part at the war. So he's currently he's seated at his room with Sanjaya, and he's trying to understand what is happening over there. And since Kurukshetra as described as Dharma Kshetra, it's a place of pilgrimage. He is highly doubtful about the possibility of the ultimate victory of his sons, the Kauravas, the 100 sons of them. And he has a feeling of doubt that since it is a place of pilgrimage, it will favorably influence the possibility of war in the side of the Pandavas, because from birth all of their personalities are virtuous, they're virtuous people, and because it's a place of pilgrimage, he knew that it would influence them favorably. Now moving on, it has been described in the Vedas that Kurukshetra, the significance of it was to such an extent that even the denizens of heavenly planets, such as Brahmalok and Indralok and Devlok, they used to come down to Kurukshetra in order to worship the Supreme Lord. And that's what the significance of the place is. And right now, after reading the purport, I can understand that what I've understood is that Dhritarashtra has a sense of bias. He's heavily biased to his sons, and this kind of gives us an insight on the relationship he had with his nephews, or the sons of Pandus. And even though the Pandus and the Kurus, the Kauravas, they're actually from the same family tree, the Kurus. The bias Dhritarashtra had to such an extent was that he did not consider the Pandus to even be a part of the Kurus. He considered them to be separate. He separated them from the family heritage. And what this results to is, an analogy is given at the conclusion of the purport that just as in a paddy field, in a rice paddy field, unwanted plants like weeds are plucked out, are removed from the paddy fields. Similarly, it is foreshadowed by with the verse Dharma Kshetra Kurukshetri that the unwanted people who don't engage in spiritual activities such as the Kauravas, they will be removed in the war of Kurukshetra, in the war that's being fought at Kurukshetra. They will be removed just like unwanted plants are removed from the paddy field. And Lord Shri Krishna will establish Dharma in the form of virtuous people such as the Pandavas, which is headed by Yudhishthira, who is the leader of the Pandavas. And that's the conclusion of the purport. Okay, we finished text 1. This is my first time, so forgive me if I've done any offenses, and if I've gone wrong with some of the pronunciations, feel free to correct me. I'll mention my email ID in the description below. And thanks everyone for watching the video. Hare Krishna.